for joining us.
Thanks, Mars.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
That's
Looking
good.
forward to it.
Newly married. How is wedded bliss?
It's been almost 2 weeks now, and it feels like about a year. There's been a fair bit going on, but no, very, very happy, and sort of just having time now to reflect on it.
Good. How was the wedding day?
Hot, in one word. It was 38 degrees. Labor Day weekend, Saturday, 4:30 ceremony. Don't do ceremonies at 4:30 because it's stinking hot. But no, incredible day. Friends, family. It was awesome fun.
Yeah, your photos look incredible.
Thank you.
So you've had a big couple of weeks from the auction comp front as well. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think people kind of call me a little bit crazy. March was always penciled in the diary of being pretty hectic. So we had 2 auction competitions and a wedding within 10 days. So I was in Sydney, I think it was the 3rd and 4th of March for Apollo auction competition, which is an Australian-wide auction comp. Heats one day, finals the next day, managed to take out the win there, which was some pretty stiff competition, to be honest. And then the Ray White competition as well, which is a couple of days after the wedding when we got back.
Yeah, and we've got the Good Friday appeal auction coming up.
We do. Again, in March, craziness in March. So that's next Friday, Good Friday appeal. And so that was as a result of winning the Auctioneer of the Year in Victoria last year for the REIV. We get the privilege of calling the Good Friday appeal auction. And so there's about 1,200 people, I think, that are going to be coming to that. Live cross to Channel 7. They've got coffee carts. They've got Indian food. They've got reptile enclosures. They've got children's farms. I know you're bringing the family as well. I think a lot of the team are bringing the family, so cannot wait.
It's going to be a great day.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So I want to hear about you, obviously, your journey to get into real estate.
Feels like forever ago. I was saying the other day, it's almost half of my life that I've been in real estate now at the ripe old age of 31. So I started in 2006, really, was the first work experience I did at a good old place in Mentone. And from there, ended up back there in 2010. As soon as I finished school, I was still 17, so no driver's license. A lot of letterbox dropping, a lot of being the office lackey, office bitch, if you want to call it that, and just doing all of those mundane tasks that young people do. I was saying to somebody the other day as well, my first contract was $28,000 plus superannuation. So how wages have increased, probably with inflation. Fast forward to that, spent about 5 years at that agency, moved across to another agency still in Mentone, and have done all facets of real estate. So from reception to sales cadet, property management, marketing, HR, payroll, literally everything, you name it. I've had some experience in it. And now, Ray White.
So let's go back quickly. Property runs in your family.
Yep.
Was real estate always the answer?
No, both of my parents are actually medical. So dad's a surgeon, mum's a GP, but they both had a keen interest in property, have bought and sold a number of properties. So not so much the actual game of real estate was in the family, but the love of property and that side of things has definitely been in the family. I stumbled into real estate by doing work experience. We had to pick somewhere to go for work experience. Now, I'm not a sort of hands-on person. I'm not a tradie. I didn't have a keen interest in any real industry whatsoever. So just picked real estate because the gentleman that my mum had bought and sold a fair few times with had a nice flashy suit, a nice car, always smelled good and looked like he was having fun. So I went, I want to be like that guy. Did work experience there and then just ended up, I know nothing else. That's all I know is real estate.
Yeah, wonderful. So last year, you joined the Ray White group. Why Ray White?
Really good question. To be honest, it wasn't so much on the cards. I'm a very loyal person. I've been with the first company for 5 years. I've been with the second company for 7 years, so I don't move around. It just became a sort of turning point in my life and my career. I'd been there for 7 years, so from 24 to 31 or 30 and a bit. And it's just the Ray White vibe. Market leaders, incredible team, incredible support. It's not a real estate company as such. It's a tech and learning company that allows people to really be the best that they can be in what they do, whether that's in sales, whether that's in property management, whether that's in leadership or whatever it is. There's a key focus on the people and making the people better. And if you get the people piece right, the rest of it will take care of itself. And that's something that's really big with me.
Yeah. So you've worked for some big brands. Why does Ray White stand out from the rest?
Just their ability to invest both time but also financially in the people that they trust and the people that they care about within the business and make sure that all of the difficulties in real estate are taken care of in the background so that we can perform at our highest level and do what we need to do to succeed. And it's a really family-friendly atmosphere. The White family is incredible from the brief interactions that I've had. They're always giving. They're always there. They're always thinking about not just a week ahead or a month ahead or a year ahead. It's the vision for the next 5, 10, 15 years and what that looks like in real estate, but also outside of real estate. I think their main focus now, from what I can gather, is not actually to do with real estate. It's to do with AI, what's happening next in the world, what are the next trends, where do we need to position the company for growth.
Fantastic. Now, you have experience in other facets of real estate, not just sales, so operations, management as well.
Spot on.
How do you think that benefits you in your sales and auctioneering?
Yeah, we were just having a conversation with some of the team before, and for me, it's about managing people. Mm-hmm. People are the core of what we do. It's got nothing to do. We could be selling cars, bottles of champagne, whatever it is. If we manage people and get that piece right, again, everything takes care of itself. So for me, a lot of real estate agents are successful to start off with, so they end up in sales. They've done some traineeship, whatever it is, they've transitioned from mortgage broking or selling cars or whatever it is, and they end up in sales. And it's great, and they get ahead and they start to do really well. They start to make some commission, get busy, and then they're given a PA or told you need a PA, you need some time, you need time back in your day, you need somebody else to do some tasks for you. And a lot of the time it's a sales agent that's really highly driven that doesn't actually know how to lead. For me, I was lucky enough that I learned a little bit more about leadership before I got into sales. And so again, I view our vendors, the people that we work with, vendors and buyers, both as how do we manage them as people, not how do we manage them as a business transaction. And if you manage the people right, hopefully the rest of it will take care of itself.
Why auction?
Why auctions? Great question. Because I get to shout and be the center of attention for 15 minutes. No, that's the selfish answer. And it's not the real answer. The real answer is it's a whole bunch of reasons. For me, local marketing is a big one. We get a lot of our future clients down to our auctions to have a look and see what we do as a team. We have an incredible, incredible team, both wider within our office and within the Ray White network, but also within my personal team as well, that we are a well-oiled machine. It's the best show that we can put on to show that we know what we're doing. But it's a structured process. I'm a very structured person. I like my agendas. I like all of that sort of stuff. But it allows us to structure our weeks, structure our calendars, structure our months, etc., to make sure that we're hitting all those right targets. It's unconditional. It allows you to get the best possible price in an emotional scenario. I was on 3AW. I got asked to speak on 3AW yesterday about a lady that wrote in and said, we should ban auctions for family homes because it's an emotional environment and makes people pay too much money. And I went, so you're going to make somebody that's selling their home not get the best possible price because other people will act emotionally. And I said, that's not fair. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's just a great way of selling.
So how do you prepare for auction day?
So preparing for auction day has kind of changed a little bit. So in some of my different roles previously, I'd done contract auctions, so auctioning for other agents and other agencies all across Victoria. And that was just the auction piece. Just calling the auction. I might get introduced to the vendors 48, 72 hours before auction, call the auction, see you later, never see them again. Obviously see the agent again, hopefully, if I've done a good enough job, but not see the vendor again. Now, for me, preparing auctions is a little bit different because I'm calling a lot of my own properties that we're selling. And that's a lot of preparation, not just in the last 72 hours, but throughout the last 3 or 4 weeks before auction to make sure that the vendors are comfortable as they can be in a high pressure scenario. For me, preparing for auction day, it's pretty cruisy. I'm used to it now. I've done about 1,500 of these. It's just getting up in the morning, having some fun with my little one, little 18-month-old. So that keeps me nice and busy in the mornings. Playtime, get some tunes on in the car, get pumped up, and then get there and put on a show.
How do you deal with the challenges on?
You're remembering all of this stuff. You're just going like you've got the phone. I haven't even seen you look at the phone once. You're doing crackers. Let's wing it. Let's fucking go.
How do you deal with the challenges on auction day, like hesitant bidders?
Yeah, auction days are always different. Again, having done this it's 8th of October 2016 was the first auction I've done. Again, love my stats. So it's coming up to 8 years worth of calling auctions, and we've seen every single scenario. We can plan for plan A, B, C, D, E. We end up at plan Z half of the time. So realistically, it's, again, treating people like human beings and understanding why they're doing what they're doing. If you can unpack the reasons behind why they're purchasing the home, what they're purchasing it for, and what drives them, it gives you a really good ability to actually interact with them and pull those triggers if you need to emotionally to get them to do what you want them to do. Hesitant bidders are always fun. It's really, again, giving them the time to be able to make a decision, but also putting pressure on them to make that decision. Same with vendors, hesitant vendors, giving context around price, what it looks like if we don't sell today, what their other options are available to them as well, and going through all of that.
What do you love about auctions?
Being the center of attention. No, not being the center of attention, but that is always fun. It's the joy afterwards. So you've called the auction and you walk back inside. I'm always the first one back inside. It's a key thing that I love to do. I'm the first one that greets the vendor, and just the emotion on their face is incredible. Same with buyers. Again, for me, we're employed by the vendor, so they're my number one concern, or not concern, but they're my number one focus on a Saturday is the vendors. And then seeing the buyers and what that means to them, finishing that journey. For some people, they've been looking for 3, 6, 9, 12 months, 2 years, and to see the relief on their face that they've actually purchased a home is just incredible.
So since joining Ray White, you've also grown your team.
Yes.
Tell me about how you structure your team and delegating tasks and what that looks like.
It's bloody scary, is the first thing. I joined Ray White in May last year, end of May last year, and we are now, March, 21st of March. So what does that make us? 10 months or something, 11 months, something like that, not even. And to think that we're putting on a second person already is pretty incredible. So again, that comes back to the support from the Cheltenham office, the team, and everybody in that leadership group to really believe in us and believe in me, believe in what we're doing, and allow us to grow that team. We've got a really key focus on, again, getting the customer experience right. It's not a transaction for us. It's the trust. It's the belief. It's the repeat and referral business. If we get your transaction right, if we get your sale right, if we get your journey right, there's every chance that you're going to refer friends, family, partners, etc. back to us. So that's our core focus, is getting that part right. We sell for so many different people. I will never forget, there's a lady called Coralie that I sold for 21 Keeler Avenue in Parkdale. She built the home in 1966 with her late husband. We sat down at our first meeting. We ended up agreeing that we'd work together. She then told me that she didn't care about how much anybody wanted to pay for her home. She wanted to know who was buying her home and why they wanted to buy the home, and that they were a family. And so every Tuesday, I don't drink tea as a preface, but every Tuesday I had to go there at 5 o'clock to have a tea with Coralie. I learned to drink tea and really discuss who was interested in her home, not their budgets, not how much they wanted to pay. Through to investors that we've got. There's a gentleman that I've now sold 7 properties for, and he goes, "Greg, don't call me until it's sold. I don't care. You know what I want. You know how to do it. Just get it sold." So if we go in as agents and tell vendors what we do and how we want to sell their home, that's not delivering great customer service. By asking them what they want from us and how we can tailor a campaign around them, their needs, their wants, their desires, their timeline, that's going to allow us to give them best customer experience. That's nothing about my team. That's just kind of what we do. But Gordon's in my team. Gordo's incredible. He runs all of my campaigns, or all of our campaigns together. He focuses on the buyers. Mm-hmm. Throughout a campaign in our little area, there's 40 to 60 groups that come through a campaign. 39 to 59 of those buyers can't buy the home. What are they doing? I always have a joke that nobody likes real estate agents, so they're not coming on Saturdays to an open for inspection to see us and be friends with us. They're coming there because they've got something to do with property. How can we help them? What are they doing? And then Em, who's just about to join our team, I'm really looking forward to that. She's got the hardest job in the world, which will be managing Gordo and I. Mm-hmm. Neurotic, high-paced, high-energy salespeople. Good luck. But again, her main focus is client concierge, client experience, making sure that we're giving our clients everything that they need to feel comfortable, content, and looked after in a really high-stress situation, which is selling a home.
It's exciting.
It is.
Where do you see your team and your growth in the next 12 months?
I see lots of things. I'm a spreadsheet man, so I have a lot of spreadsheets already sorted out for financial year 25, 26, 27. Realistically, though, if we use the rear view mirror and look back at May last year and what we planned, it is so far accelerated already from where that is. So I don't want to have limiting beliefs and just go, this is where we want to be. For me, it's going with the flow, doing the best that we can for our clients, getting some great sales, getting some great purchases for buyers as well. We want to help all sides of the story and just really grow as much as we can. And growth may not actually be selling more properties. Growth may be the team getting better in their own roles and enjoying what they do more, and me having some more time with the family. I don't know what growth really looks like, but it's just making sure that we're doing what we need to succeed.
Why do you think you're ahead of where you originally planned?
Good question. Everyone that's close to me knows that I say I have no idea what I'm doing. I literally have no idea what I'm doing. It's just purely focusing on being that little bit better every single day. So it's giving genuine service. It's having genuine conversations. It's doing what you say you're going to do, because there's a lot of people in this industry. And again, having been in it for almost 15 years, we've seen every type of different agent. A lot of the time, they talk a big game and say that they're going to do a whole heap for a client, and the clients end up sitting there with not much to show for it. Mm-hmm. For me, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. It gets done. The same with the team. And if we all buy into that belief, I constantly say to the team, Gordo and now I say, I'm not your boss. I'm not here to be your boss. That's not what I want to be. I want to help you to get where you want to go to. Mm-hmm. Yes, we have financial obligations to you and all of those sort of good things. That's great. Don't care. For me, it's how can we help you get to where you want to go? And it's the same with vendors.
What do you think sets the sales team at Cheltenham apart?
Apart from the fact that we're bloody big. And if Kyle's listening, we need some double-decker desks, please, Kyle, because we need some more space in good old Cheltenham office. I know we're working on that. No. On a serious note, though, everyone is swimming in the same direction. It's the first team, and again, I've worked in some reasonably high-performance teams. It's the first team that I've seen that everyone is purely there to grow together and get the best outcome for their clients. That is what we are all focused on. Real estate's an ego game. We all know it. Everyone sees the real estate agents driving around in flashy cars, flashy suits, watches, whatever else it is. And believe me, there's some of that goes on. You can't shy away from it. But at the end of the day, there is a real belief and a real buy-in from all of the team to grow and do the best that we possibly can for the clients. And if that gets taken care of, the rest of it will just happen.
What do you think the next couple of years look like?
Scary. Bloody scary. If we keep going at the rate that we are, we've just had another incredible agent, Lauren, join the team. It feels like only yesterday, but it's probably 8 months ago now. And I know that there's some more on the horizon, which is some good fun for people that are going to be joining the team and really expanding out into that Bayside area. And it's not just Cheltenham. There's definitely some growth on the cards as well for us over a really broad spectrum. So that's going to be incredible to see where we can take this. To think, and I know I've watched this from afar for a number of years. 2016 is when I last changed. Actually, 2015 is when I last changed agencies. And when I joined that agency, I remember Ray White were watching us at that point in time and going, we want to do what they're doing. Now it's the exact flip of that. I think we are what people are watching. We are what people are trying to aspire to be as far as the size of the team, the way we work, how we deliver incredible results, the amount of marketing we're doing, the amount of investment that's being made to make sure that we're giving our clients the best possible experience. And if that continues, Jesus, it's going to be scary, but a whole bunch of fun.
Yeah. What drives you? What motivates you?
My family, 100%. That's the main thing. Again, we work bloody long hours where we need to be available when other people are at home, which is typically after hours, before hours. If you treat this as a job, if you treat this as a 9 to 5, you're not going anywhere. It's a lifestyle. I love that lifestyle. It's for me at the moment. It may not be for me for forever. And I think if you know that, you're comfortable working along those lines. People sometimes get really fake and go, I love it. I'm working 70 hours a week and this is great. You need to take breaks. We're human beings at the end of the day. So for me, spending time with the family, there's an end goal in mind for us, that my family's looked after. I get to do what I want to do when I want to do it instead of having to do things when I don't want to do them. And that's potentially a goal that may never be achieved, but that's what we're trying to work towards. And so if I can get that right, if I can get the balance right, if I can help people grow, if I can grow our team, and just having two is not the goal in the team, it's a bigger piece than that. And if we can get that right and see people really grow and flourish and enjoy what they're doing, at the end of the day, we work really hard. We work long hours together. So you got to have fun. I'm all about having fun.
Who is Greg outside of real estate?
I don't think there is a Greg outside of real estate, and that probably sounds a bit counterintuitive, but real estate is what I know. I've been doing it for almost 15 years. It's really part of me, and a lot of my life revolves around that. And some people may think that sounds sad, which completely fine. Everyone's open to their own opinions. For me, I love spending time with family and friends. I've made some really good friends through real estate, and they're actually now sort of part of life and part of the family as well. So as much time as I can spend with the family, I wish I was fitter. I wish I played more golf. I wish I had more holidays. Those things don't happen at the moment, but that's what we're working towards. But really just enjoying life, spending time with good people, having a good laugh, love a good red wine, probably too many of them sometimes, but yeah, time with family.
And how do you relax and unwind?
People will say that I'm fake if I say that I relax and unwind. So I don't relax and unwind really too much. For me, it's now changed. That's really changed drastically since having Tilly, my little one, or Matilda. I'll get in trouble if I just call her by her short name. Spending time with her and time with family. My lovely wife's family live in Brisbane, so we try and get away to Brisbane every now and then and spend time with them. But that's kind of what family time is, my relax and unwind. I like to be present. I treat my vendors most of the time as friends and as an extension of what we do day to day. And so if I'm enjoying those conversations, it doesn't feel like work. They always say, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I kind of buy into that a little bit. There's always work that you got to do. But if we can have 50% as fun, it's a good life.
And if anyone's going to help you slow down, it's an 18-month-old.
She makes me speed up. She's bloody quick these days. She's running around like a psycho. But no, just to have some unwind. It's the best thing when you walk in the door and you get da-da, and she has no idea what's happened throughout the day. You could have listed 5 homes and sold 10, and you could feel like you made $100,000 and you could feel like the best person in the world, and she couldn't give a shit. Flip that to you've had the worst day of you've lost 5 listings, you've had 3 listings withdrawn, one of your team members has left or said that they're going to resign and move on somewhere else, and you still get the same reaction. That's a real leveler for me. It's just you walk in the door, it's a reset.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's still awake and not asleep if I'm getting home after 7, but that's okay.
Well, Greg, thank you so much for the chat.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.